Hi there. I haven't made a video for some time now, and I've been trying out this profile fixture that I made. I wasn't very successful when I made these. I was hoping to make the complete ball all from one piece, like this. But I wasn't able to because of the design and the features that I have here. So I had to make the handles. This is for the carriage wheel on the Taig, and overall it's about 2 inches overall in length from end to end, and there's a 5/8 ball, a 7/16 ball and a 3/8 ball, and I was having problems with this design that I have here with a roller. It would work very well if I could have a pointer on there that would make contact with the edge of the contour. Then I could make the contour a certain scale, and then with the point contact instead of a roller, which I believe is 5/16, might be 3/8 diameter. The roller causes a bit of a problem because obviously the job is going to come out bigger in size than the scale that you want, and it's already a fairly small scale, so it wasn't really working out very well. Anyway, I was on the internet and on eBay, and I noticed there that there was a seller there that was that had made a contour unit, a copying unit, which was on the same style as this, with the sliding dovetail block and the tool holder. So I watched his video, and I think he's on the right track. I won't know completely until I modify this and get rid of this unit here, or maybe still be able to use part of it. I think he's on the right track, and if it works out, then it means that whatever pattern you make or profile that you make, it should come out, the particular part should come out the same size as the profile plate. So that makes things much easier, and so I'm going to try that. I'm going to pursue that, but in the meantime I've been playing around here because I want to because there's more involved in modifying this to the guy on eBay's design. It's I want to get the handle finished so that I can finish these units off. So I'm just playing around with a little bit of brass material that I have here, and what I did was I copied a drawing of the actual size that I wanted, the scale, and then I printed it off and cut it out and stuck it on a piece of 40 thou flat plate, and just filed it with a belt sander, and just basically playing around to see if I can get these handles finished. So I've already started. I've played around with this, made this smaller, and now I'm just doing a second operation on the same bar to see if I can get the handle within scale so that it looks in keeping with the balls. So I'm in the process of just machining this down to get some sizes of what it's going to come out like, and whether I can just use this for the time being. So I thought I'd switch the video on and give you a little demonstration of this unit here. One of the problems is that you've got this 3/8 roller away from the center point or the pivot point, and when it hits faces in that direction across, it's very hard to get it to move this slide until you get onto the front surface of the profile. Then it kind of goes fairly easy with the curves, and it kind of works okay. It just takes a little bit of fiddling. So what I find out is that to get this finished, I work from the middle and work out to both ends. It's better to get that radius there, because as soon as you put any pressure on the carriage, it kind of locks in that radius, and it won't move out, and that's the big problem. So I'll just start the machine up and show you what I'm doing. I just press on here because I don't have any hydraulics, so I just press on there and lightly, and let it follow the form around, and as you can see, it goes fairly good around here. Of course, it's not a completely finished form, so I'm going to have to play around with it with files and emery cloth, just to get it looking good. So, but as you can see, I hope, let's have a look and see what you get now. You should, I hope you can see it. The shape is quite nice. If it was for a larger lathe, that would be ideal, but because this lathe is so small, it's very difficult to make a former that is actually shaped correctly with this system. So I have to play around with it. So okay, I'll just move those. You saw this little one, I think, in a recent video. What I do is I undo that. I've got a floating V-guide on this side, and I just put a 1/10 thou cut on and just lock that up like that, and then I can take another cut. So this is taking the cut now. See, and as soon as it hits there, it locks up. So I move it out, and I come to the top there. So now I put the feed on, and it's taking about 1/10 thou off. It follows this part of the form quite nicely. Eventually it's going to work, I'm sure of that. This new design that I'm going to, he doesn't give an awful lot of detail, but from the pictures that I've seen, I think I've got the general idea of how it operates, and I think it will solve the problem. At one point, when I tried making the balls at the beginning, I didn't think it was ever going to work, and so I was just content to use it to make tapered dowels and stuff like that, because it was just more or less a straight line, although it was 1 degree, and it did that quite well. So I'll take a bit more off. 20. Yeah. I mean, the ideal system, I presume, would be to have hydraulics controlling the form, but unfortunately I don't have hydraulics, and this is probably not going to get very much use anyway, but it is handy to have if you've got a profile and you don't want to have CNC or go to that trouble. This handle, it still may be too big. I may have to take the former off and put less of a radius on the ball at the front end, at this end. May have to make that smaller. So we'll have to see, I guess. Of course, it's going to be a bit more difficult because this is brass, and I'm going to eventually use steel. This is what happens when you start building things and trying to develop something. You come up against all kinds of situations. It's a nice shape and a nice finish, and my biggest problem now is to make sure that the narrow diameter, or the smallest diameter, is not too small that I can't get a pin in there to act as an axle for the handle, allowing the handle to turn. So there you go. That's what I have at the moment. I think I'm going to limit this particular narrow section to around 2. That's about as far as I'm going to go. It's all a case of how it looks in appearance when it's attached to the ball. It's not bad because I'm going to face that end off there, face it off, and that's going to make this a little bit shorter, and I'll cut it off around about there where the radius ends. So yeah, that may look okay. So I have 2 of these to make, so I'll finish it off with emery. So anyway, that's the situation regarding the profile fixture or copying tracer, and it hasn't turned out too bad. It's just that it's not working as it should do, and it needs a little bit of more development. I'm hoping that this design on eBay is going to help in this situation, and at the same time I've learnt something. So anyway, I'll call off now, and I'll continue on and pass on the information as we go along. So I'll call off now. Thank you.